Rules of the game. Okay, I called this it just kind of how hill climbs work. Okay, so what are some? We don't need to go over all of them. I saw the rule book. I went through some of them on the RMSHA's website. We don't need to know every rule, but what's like kind of like the main ones, right? Like you can't, like in football, right? You can't go off sides. You can't grab people's face masks, pull them down. Like what are kind of some of those? Just these are like the pretty standard rules of rules.
So I'd say, pretty much the standard object of the game is, right, you have a light at the bottom, a light at the top. When you trip the lights at the bottom, that's when your timer starts.
Okay.
They have an obstacle course set up with the flags. You have to stay within the flags and get all the way through the course to trip the lights at the top. Now, if you get out of the course, there's high marks. So if you miss a flag,
Yep.
if you hit a flag, if you get stuck, which a lot of guys, started the race, started a weekend or whatever, get stuck. And then we move the course throughout the day. If we start turning up a lot of dirt or debris or stumps, logs, stuff like that, we'll move course and switch. But that's
Who decides that?
pretty much the officials. I mean, we do have some races where we're on Forest Service ground, so they're present and help us.
Yeah, they don't touch the dirt.
Yeah.
And you move it.
Yep.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you get stuck, you've got a 2-minute rule. Is it?
Yeah, 2 minute, and you can't kill your sled. Like you can't pull the tether, and you can't put it in reverse because your sled shuts down technically.
So if you pull tether or you have to start the sled, then that's automatic a high mark where you are on the hill. And
what can't touch the flags? Is it literally anything?
And so
like if you blow by and your leg's swinging out and you clip it with your leg?
As long as the flag maintains 3 points of contact. So like even your roost off of the sled, your snow flap, legs, I mean, that's pretty the most common 3 things. But if that sled has to be repositioned.
Flag.
The flag.
Boy, sorry, I lost you guys there. So when you say 3 points of contact, the flag.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
So there's 2 poles, right?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and then the flag slides on it.
Yep.
If you say you hook your leg in it or your arm, it will pull off the one side, but it will still be spinning on the one pole.
Yep.
That's a mark.
Gotcha.
Or tip over and it's touching the snow, or cross. A lot of times, cross. But
yeah.
You in every sport, there's just going to be
okay.
debates.
What is like the strangest rule? You're just like, I don't understand this one, because there's always like stuff like that. Is there a rule like that that you're just like scratching your head at?
Probably the weirdest one for me that was like pretty right up front was the whole flag thing with like even your roost, right? I mean, you could be 20 feet from a flag, but you're spinning, bouncing off rocks and dirt and frozen snow, and if any of that debris hits that flag, like you're high marked at that flag if they have to.
If they have to reposition it though, right?
Yeah, if they've got to fix something on it, like you said, a leg comes off, or if they have to re-stick it if it tips over or something, and that kind of just threw me off because I was like, man, we're so focused on the lane that we don't know what's behind us. There's times you will get to the top and they'll be like, yeah, you're high marked at that thing, like you took that flag out in one way or another, and that I think that throws a lot of the racers off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and mine's mostly probably towards Jackson because that's kind of where they do it the most, but like they can't make a call from like in the Jumbotron or the video. So they can't go back and rewatch it, or they won't make or overrule a call from the video of the Jumbotron.
Really?
So like if they call it up on the hill and it's obviously clear that's not what happened, they won't recall it because of the video.
How many, you guys call them officials?
Yeah.
How many officials are stationed on the course?
Depends on the course or the venue.
Yeah.
So
Jackson has quite a bit.
Yeah, Afton and Jackson are pretty much one at least every 2 gates, pretty much.
Yeah, they've got them pretty stacked in there, and sometimes it helps you, sometimes it hurts you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's you. I mean, you would think. I mean, it seems like unless there's something specific why they can't, technology reasons why they can't get down there quick, like pipe in quick enough and get back quick enough to make a decision. That seems like that would be the only thing that could really hold that rule up from ever maybe looking at an adjustment to that. Because if you can get a better or more sure angle, you guys put a ton of money
Oh yeah.
into these things, and to have it be almost like, maybe a judgment call, or just I didn't have the right angle and I got to make a call real quick. I can understand how that could get pretty frustrating.
It gets heated sometimes. I mean, realistically, we're playing the fastest seconds game in the world, right?
Yeah.
And we have a short season that we spend all year on and a lot of money on. So yeah, when it comes down to those calls, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
But they're doing a job in there, and they see it as they see it, which could be different angles. So I mean, I could see it.
And they're there, like
Right.
they're there doing their job,
Right.
Which is awesome, great.
Yep.
So, okay. Going back, sorry, I should ask this question before, but I know we talked about getting disqualified with the flag. Is there any, or turning off your machine? Is there any other thing you can do to get yourself DQ'd?
Probably like sleds. The way your sleds are set up.
You could break the rules.
Yep, protested and have your sled checked out by our guys. So
Yeah, so we have a tech. After you come off the hill, they'll go through your sled. A lot of times, they'll check the fuel and they write down the VIN and everything.
Okay.
But there's been points where your top 5 guys, they'll actually pull heads, check porting, make sure everything's stock from clutching, to get down to the nitty gritty rules on what you can and can't do. So
in an entire season, how often does someone get disqualified for something like that? Is it rare?
For like intentional stuff, not really, but it's almost probably every race that someone like forgets or doesn't know or accidentally jumps on the wrong sled or burns the sled down and then just wants to take their run.
Yeah.
So they get on their other sled that's not legal for that class and just makes a run.
Yeah.
So it's typically that stuff.
Okay. That makes sense.